So I have a file here, which is a character. Character has features such as a mouth, eyes, a nose. And what I want to do is turn this into animation of some sort. Now I have categories. So I have a mouth category, an eye category, a nose category, and a body category. And I kind of want to take these categories and have different things in each category. So different bodies in the body category, different eyes in the eye category, different noses, different types of hats for the character. Probably each category have 3 to 5 different things. And I'm going to animate the items in the category to create a bunch of random characters. So if I go into window and I go into timeline in Photoshop, I have a timeline and it will appear down below by default. And you have 2 options, video and frame animation. So for this, I'm going to click on frame animation, and then you click here, which is the button with the name, create frame animation. So you click on that, and I got my first frame. So you have a number of frames here. You can specify the number of seconds. So if I want this to appear for like 1 second, I can say that. And then I can click another frame, and I have another frame at that same time. I can change the time. The frames correspond with visible layers. So whatever I have visible in my layers will appear for that selected frame. So for example, if I change the body, let's say, now I have a different body type in that frame. I go to frame 1, it had the one body type layer associated with it. If I go to frame 2, it has this new one associated with it. So turning off and on visibility will let you create the animation. So if I want to change a nose on this frame, I would just turn the visibility off that was currently set, and then turn the visibility on for a new nose. Change a hat, probably will do the same thing, find my hats. Let's see, got these horns. Same with the background, I can change the background. So I'm just changing visibility of the layers by clicking on the little eyeball, and whatever visibility I have set will be what appears in the selected frame. And let me also change, let's say, the eyes. So I have different eyes and a different mouth. So I got character 1 in that frame, character 2 in this frame. I got different things in the frames or the layers besides body parts. I have these background effects. I got foreground elements that I can change. So this gives it a little bit more variety. So I have these 2 different characters. If I hit play, you can see it go back and forth. So I got a little animation there. So I will add another frame. So I'll stop that, click the little box with the plus sign in the timeline, add a new frame. You can grab a frame and move it by left clicking on it and moving it. So I added that frame after frame 1. I wanted it to be frame 3, so I just moved it. So here again, I'm going to change background elements, different features that I have set on different layers just by clicking on the visibility. I created some arms, so I'm going to add that arm layer here, let's say. Again, change the body type. change the nose. Let's see. Trying to pick a nose that I didn't pick yet. Change the eyes. I got some eyeglasses that I made. And I will change the hat. I created some headphones. Now I have this little animation here. If I want to adjust the time, I can go back into the seconds. I'll speed it up, make each frame a half second. So now it's going a little bit faster. So that's how the timeline works for frame animation. Just have to remember that visibility corresponds with the frame that you're on. So if you have a layer visible and a frame selected, that layer will appear on that frame. And you can add new frames and you can change the rate of the frames. Now, when I want to save this, I will go into File in Photoshop, Export, Save for Web Legacy. Give it a few seconds. Now, this is kind of a big file here, so probably for something like this, I wouldn't have done it as big. I can zoom in and zoom out at the same Save for Web Legacy window that's here. And then there's a little play bar. I can play the animation so I can see it. And one thing about the GIF animation I'm creating, you have a limited number of colors. So that's just the nature of creating a GIF animation. It should be okay. It shouldn't cause too many issues. If you have gradients, you may see that there's some banding in the gradient because you can't get that full range of color from the gradients. The option to pick the file format is in the upper right hand corner. So if it's not at a GIF, go ahead and select GIF, keep it at 256 for the colors. Everything else should be fine. And then make sure you hit save when you're done. Sometimes I forget to hit save and I hit this done button, but hit save here. So you save it. I call it pizza face. Save it to my desktop. So here's my desktop. Save. It's going to ask you format. Make sure you have images only selected. And then you can open up a web browser, do a Command O, look for that file on my desktop. Here it is, pizza face. And there's my animation. So that's pretty much the process to create a quick little GIF animation in Photoshop.